is out here forcing a young man to watch her fornicate with a what?
Megan Thee Stallion told him, and I quote, "Don't ever discuss what you saw." Megan girl, for real, because it's giving Sean P. Diddy Combs at this point.
Lawsuit was filed by West Coast trial lawyers. These are the same attorneys who filed suit against Lizzo.
It's the fact that after he saw that and was forced to witness that, it came with a decrease in employment, it came with fat shaming.
It looks like Megan didn't respect Megan's law, and the tables have turned because Megan Thee Stallion's ex-cameraman is not playing with this lawsuit he's just thrown at her, where he claims he was allegedly forced to watch her do the deed with another female while he felt uncomfortable and was allegedly told to not ever speak a word on it. Emilio, Megan Thee Stallion's former cameraman, described himself as feeling trapped, claimed he was fat-shamed, and also claimed he was a part of a hostile work environment. All over social media, people are classifying this as SA, and they're even posting this Google screenshot referring to this situation, emphasizing that being forced to watch when you don't want to falls exactly under that. It looks like ever since the Lizzo allegations broke out, more and more former employees of these A-list celebrities are coming out to either sue them or speak out against them publicly. Not too long ago, we had Lizzo's former dancers come out on social media as well as file a lawsuit against her, and that lawsuit was pretty disturbing, but this Megan Thee Stallion situation is something else. It's not only including the allegations of Megan Thee Stallion's alleged hostile work environment, but also some deeper things, so we've got to get into it. Multiple media outlets reported on this situation, but NBC News was one of the first to report on this, and they said a former cameraman for Megan Thee Stallion who alleges that he was trapped inside a moving vehicle with the hip-hop star in a foreign country while she had with a woman has filed a lawsuit accusing the entertainer of harassment and a hostile work environment. Emilio Garcia said in the suit filed Tuesday in Los Angeles Superior Court that after the alleged incident, he was warned, "Don't ever discuss what you saw," and berated, fat-shamed, and treated differently by Megan. The harassment was so severe or pervasive that it created a hostile work environment that made Garcia's working conditions intolerable, the suit said. Representatives for Megan Thee Stallion and her management company, Rock Nation, did not immediately respond to NBC News requests for comment. Garcia began working for Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan P., as a personal cameraman in 2018, quit his job in 2019 to pursue the gig with the Grammy winner full-time, and worked for her until June 2023, the lawsuit stated. Garcia said in the lawsuit that he traveled with Megan to Ibiza, Spain in June 2022, and that while in an SUV with Megan and 3 other women after a night out, Megan and one of the women began to have, you know what, next to him in the moving car. I felt uncomfortable. I was kind of frozen and I was shocked at kind of just the overall audacity to do this right beside me, Garcia told NBC News in an interview. It then goes on to talk about how Megan allegedly asked Emilio whether he was in the car with them the night before, and when he confirmed he was, Megan told him, "Don't ever discuss what you saw," the suit states. Now, regarding this part of the story, some people were puzzled, saying that if he was in the car right next to her, why did Megan have to ask if he really was the next day? Like, it'd be pretty obvious in plain sight to know if someone is in a car with you. Into this, some people are speculating that Megan may have been under the influence at the moment. She may have not had a clear recollection about whether he was in the car or not the day after if she were to be under the influence, which is what some people are assuming because Megan has admitted to having an issue with drinking from around 2018 to 2023, and this incident allegedly took place in 2019. That's why some are assuming she was under the influence during this time and allegedly didn't remember her employee being there with her. Others were also just using context clues given this allegedly happened on the way home after a night out. People think it is not far-fetched to believe she was under the influence. Garcia said in his suit that during the same trip, Megan hurled fat-shaming insults at him, calling him a fat and telling him to spit your food out and you don't need to be eating. This part of the suit sounds pretty familiar to another lawsuit, aka the Lizzo lawsuit. To hear someone who advocates about loving your body tell me these things, Garcia said in the interview, I felt degraded. When they returned from the trip, Garcia said in the lawsuit, his compensation structure was changed from a monthly flat rate to a pay per task system that required him to submit invoices for each assignment. He said he was expected to provide the same service services despite the pay structure change, but alleges that he was treated differently following the Ibiza trip and saw a decrease in bookings Megan hired him to do. Garcia began to consider quitting the job because of Megan's possessiveness combined with a lack of appropriate pay for the amount of time asked of him and a lack of bookings, the suit states. Garcia remained on the schedule for a June 2023 job, but the night before, Roc Nation notified him that his services would no longer be required by Megan, according to the lawsuit. While working for Megan, Garcia endured a barrage of relentless and fat-shaming comments, plunging him into profound emotional distress, the suit said. What I learned throughout the years is that, especially coming from an office environment, is, there's no HR department in the entertainment business. So if you don't know that you're being done wrong, you don't really know how to advocate for yourself until you start asking your peers who have representation. They have agents, they have management, they have attorney. So I just really want to encourage people to advocate for themselves. The alleged behavior caused Garcia to face a loss in earnings and other employment benefits, as well as physical injuries, physical sickness, and emotional distress, according to the lawsuit. The suit states that while working for the entertainer, he was without basic insurance coverage and therefore could not get the care he needed. Now he grapples with mounting anxiety, depression, and physical distress stemming from the toxic work environment, according to the suit. And then we had a statement from their attorney, which seems to be the same attorney with the former dancers of the Lizzo lawsuit. Ron Zambrano, an attorney for Emilio, said in a statement to NBC News, Megan just needs to pay our client what he's due, own up to her behavior, and quit this sort of harassment and fat-shaming conduct. Emilio should have never been put in a position of having to be in the vehicle with her while she had with another woman. Inappropriate is putting it lightly. Exposing this behavior to employees is definitely illegal. NBC News also reported on the amount that Emilio is seeking out. Garcia told NBC News in an interview that he is seeking more than 6 figures. The suit seeks unpaid wages as well as interest on the unpaid wages, unpaid overtime wages, and other employee benefits at the legal rate. He is also seeking statutory penalties and wage penalties pursuant to California labor laws, punitive damages according to proof, and costs he incurred, including attorney's fees. Now, the irony of this all is that people are now pointing out how Megan was sneak dissing Nicki Minaj with a line she had in her song talking about Megan's Law. That went, "These don't be mad at Megan, these mad at Megan's Law." Now, for those who don't know, Megan's Law is a U.S. federal law requiring information about registered vendors to be made available to the public. And I'm pretty sure we all know about the beef between Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. Well, Nicki Minaj's husband has been convicted of, and it appears that Nicki felt that one of the lyrics Megan had in one of her diss tracks was aimed at her, talking about Megan's Law. She began a campaign of social media posts attacking Megan for 3 days straight, and that's when their viral Twitter beef went down all over social media. It even led to Nicki making a diss track back at Megan earlier this year called Bigfoot. Well, now, as I mentioned, this Megan's Law diss just blew up in Megan's own face. At least that's what a lot of people on social media are saying. All over social media, everyone is clowning her all over Twitter. Here's how most people on Twitter are reacting to this lawsuit that's going absolutely viral. These hoes are mad at Megan's Law 3 months later. The way that Megan's Law backfired on her. You gotta be careful when you pick fights. You just never know. Megan's Law backfired so bad. So Megan Thee Stallion was clearly the one that was about to be pissed at Megan's Law. LMAO, look at God. Anyways, guys, I definitely want to know your thoughts on this suit, everything that's being alleged by Megan's former cameraman. Let me know your thoughts on this whole situation, how people are reacting in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.